Shove Valium down my throat, so I kind of stayed in a zombie state a lot.
A lot of people don't believe that a doctor amputated a healthy leg. Fortunately, it is very true. I did have a healthy leg amputated due to my mom having Munchausen. I really want to focus on awareness about Munchausen by proxy. A lot of people don't know what it is, and when I explain how I lost my leg, there's a lot of confusion. When I was 9 years old, I sprained my ankle riding my bike. I did have some dry skin on my heel that was said to be from a pressure ulcer when I was 2, but from the age of 2 to 9, I did not see a doctor about my foot. I had no issues with it. I ran, I rode my scooter, I rode my bike, I did everything a normal kid would do. I fell off my bike and I ended up in a wheelchair for a year, a little over a year. I could walk just fine, but my mom said the doctors didn't like the way my heel looked and that I had to be in a wheelchair. I was taken to doctors in Florida that actually said there was nothing wrong with me. They thought it was ridiculous that my mom had me in a wheelchair, and they denied care, and they're like, there's nothing wrong with her.
Munchausen by proxy is a behavioural disorder where a caretaker seeks medical attention for made-up symptoms of a child in their care.
My mom doctor shopped. We saw a lot of different doctors. She moved to South Carolina and she continued to doctor shop until she found a doctor that would listen to her and a doctor that she could manipulate. I began having surgeries when I was about 13 years old. I had multiple surgeries on my foot, and eventually they decided to amputate. Even when they chose to amputate my leg, I was still walking fine. I mean, my foot was definitely more sore after the surgeries, but like 2 weeks before my amputation, I actually jumped off a bridge with my friends into Lake Hartwell in Georgia, and there was a rock quarry in Clemson that we used to go jump off of, and I hiked up to the rock quarry and jumped off of it just weeks before my amputation.
Doctors and child services and people failed me my entire life. They investigated, they were there, but I had running water, food. My mom always got a heads up. My older sister used to have padlocks on her door, but they were always taken off right before child services got there. A lot of stuff was covered up because my mom always knew when they were coming. How did I escape? I never got to escape. I did try to stop the amputation of my leg. I got committed for lots of psychiatric treatment. I got prescribed a lot of drugs. I mean, to the point my mom kept trying to have my medications upped, and there was a point I remember the psychiatrist telling her that they couldn't because of my weight. I lived on Valium. My mom would shove Valium down my throat, so I kind of stayed in a zombie state a lot.
Kate's mother would force her to take medicine she didn't need. Eventually, her mother decided to leave her family behind.
She left on her own about a year after my amputation. She had nothing left to get attention for. Like, she couldn't abuse the charities and the churches and the government assistance for us because it was over. Like, after the amputation, there was nothing else she could do to me because her whole plan and her whole lie and all the things that she led up to the amputation, well, that solved all of her lies and all of her problems. She decided she wanted to be with this woman she met online, and she just left. And I actually took care of my little brother and little sister for a couple years. I tried to escape and it didn't work. So they always blamed my mom over me, and I got basically deemed a sociopath because of her.
We are very happy that Kate was able to get away from her mother's dangerous behaviours. In the comments, people had nothing but support for Kate, with one person saying, "I'm so sorry this happened to you. Munchausen by proxy needs to be spoken about a lot more so it can be seen in parents quicker." While others shared their own experiences, saying, "I'm so sorry it got that far. My mum almost had me getting open heart surgery at 8 years old for a minor heart defect. Scary knowing about this stuff." As always, thank you for watching Happiest. If you liked this video, then please be sure to follow our other social pages for more content like this. And of course, if you have any of your own videos that you'd like to share with us, be sure to send them in.